fucking tired, bro. That's alright, that's alright. So I want to talk about certainty. We were going off about this rant a little bit earlier, but I wanted to actually talk about certainty. And I mean, all our crops are ready, right? So we're going to go ahead and do that. But yeah, I want to talk about certainty because certainty in life, there's no such thing as certainty. Certainty doesn't really exist at all. But there are some things that can kind of help with certainty, help guarantee it. Is kind of the best way of saying it. We're gonna start over here. Start with the wheat over here. But yes, there's not really a lot of certainty that exists in life and in our day to day. But there are some things that do have certainty. I guess talking about things that don't have certainty, things like relationships. As much as we kind of want to promise that things will go a certain way, I mean we can't a lot of the time, right? We just things happen, and I mean I'm not one to try and lie about what I want in relationships and all this shit, but I mean I can't say that the promises I've made to everybody I've been with has necessarily worked out. I mean, again, I intend to make my efforts clear in relationships, and I do believe that every person should do that. I don't think anybody should ever lie or mislead what they want in a relationship, because if you mislead your partner, I mean, you're gonna suffer from that, right? That is, if you're a normal human and you experience guilt, um, which is a very normal thing, and I want to make that very clear. I guess is that guilt and feeling bad about things is okay. All right, it's not like it's not a vice. It's certainly can be if you're, say, feeling bad about people too often, but or over things that aren't in your control or that don't matter in the grand scheme of things. And maybe it's a bit of a vice, but showing care for someone isn't a vice. Showing that you regret doing an action that hurt somebody isn't a vice. That's you being human. But in relationships, there's no such thing as certainty. As much as, again, we want to envision the picture perfect relationship with perfect people and everything works out. High school sweethearts is a great example, that it never really is that way. It never really does work out to be forever with high school sweethearts. There's always something that ends up being different between you two. I mean, you're in high school. You can't expect to live perfect lives when you guys don't even know what the fuck you're doing yet. I mean, you're young. Don't try and, force yourself to only live to a certain extent. I mean, live your lives. Live your lives. Live your life. It's really just that simple. Just, I mean, live your life. Things aren't going to work out, and there's nothing that's certain. Going back to the certainty, there's not a single thing that is guaranteed in this life other than death. And as somber as that is, it's true. There is really only that. Why is there a cat dying? Ignore that. There's nothing else that's guaranteed in life. Literally nothing. And I mean, I could go on rants about how, oh, love and care and all this stuff is guaranteed, but I've met plenty of people who didn't have that, and so I can't say that that's guaranteed, because that would just be untrue. And now, certainty is something that a lot of people seek. A lot of people seek guarantees. They seek some way to guarantee that they can get what they want out of an interaction, out of a person, out of life, out of whatever. And what you kind of just need to keep in mind is that that doesn't really exist. You can't guarantee that something's going to work, and that's okay. You can't guarantee that something will go a certain way, and that's okay. It's not a bad thing that some things don't work out. I mean, I've had plenty of relationships with friends and even with significant others that I was so certain was going to work and didn't. And in the end, it ended up being the right thing. It ended up being not necessarily something that's better for me. I mean, I certainly wish a lot of those interactions didn't happen, but it ended up being right that it didn't work out. Even though I was so certain that's what I wanted, and I was so certain that it was going to work, and then it had to work because, I mean, why wouldn't it? How couldn't it? And so not believing in certainty, in a sense, is also something that, is useful in itself, is just kind of understanding that nothing is certain, that you can't guarantee anything at all, ever. Hold on, I gotta, turn down my fucking speakers because they're so fucking loud. Much better. But believing that you're gonna get that job, that you're gonna that idea is gonna work out, and that's good. Believing in yourself is good. Believing in an outcome is good. But being almost that narcissistic, cocky mindset of, oh, I'm certain that that's gonna be a certain way. This is gonna go a certain way. I'm certain that she's the one or he's the one. I'm certain that this is going to lead me to be wealthy. I'm certain, that language and that belief is what gets people in a depressive episode. And as someone who struggled with that for a long time, I can't say that necessarily that's been the only thing contributing to it. There's been plenty of other things, trust me, but it definitely doesn't help to be so stuck in a mindset of that you know that something's going to go a certain way, and then when it doesn't, you just feel like you threw away an opportunity or you failed or stuff like that. And that self-talk, that negative ideology, that negative mindset is so punishing on good people. And I've seen some truly significantly valuable people, both in themselves and into the world, be absolutely crushed by that. And it really does hurt a lot because, honestly, full well and honestly, sometimes, I mean, things just don't work out, and you have to an extent, accept that. And to be so caught up in how something's going to work, it really does hurt you more than it can help. And so, again, believe in yourself. Go towards your goals. Work towards a certain thing. But just know that nothing is certain. Certainty doesn't exist. The only certainty really is in math and stuff, that as long as you know you're doing it right, you can't, it's not going to be a negative thing, right? I was doing my finances earlier today. I was budgeting for the next while, and it is the only thing that's certain in this life, is using math. I can know exactly where my finances are going to go, where they have to go, and how much I'm going to have left over, how much I need to put towards saving, how much I need to put towards whatever. I can know that very quickly and very easily with math. And as much as I hate it, trust me, I hated math as much, if not more, than the next person. I mean, I used to be an amazing math student, but I, as the cool kids say, fell off. I'm literally 19, so don't know why I'm talking like I'm fucking 40, but I didn't do good in math. So I mean, I'm not gonna sit here and say this is some impressive accounting skill that I know. No, I mean, it's just basic math, just knowing how much I'm being paid and then going from there and seeing, okay, well, this is how much I need here, this is how much I need there. And it really is as simple as that, as just kind of knowing kind of how you need to spend your money. That level of certainty can bring so much calm. Like, I out of the job that I'm working right now, it's a contract, so I mean it's a 7 week contract. Um, in total, it's 7 week contract, which is pretty good. But the money that I aimed to get out of this, I had a couple goals going into it. I had the goal of get money to buy a car because I don't have that yet, and get the tattoo that I've been wanting for a while. I've planned out. It's sitting right beside me. Currently, actually, that's not true. It's sitting in my bag because I brought it to work. But I've had a tattoo plan for forever, and I've wanted to get it done for a very long time now at this point. But I just have not had the money set aside for it, and so I wanted out of this job to get enough money to get a car and get stuff for the tattoo. And so using math, I've gained the certainty that if, as long as my saving and my budgeting, maintains to be correct, nothing comes up, nothing gets spiked on me, nothing happens to my position currently, I'm going to be okay. And I'm going to reach those goals pretty sustainably and with quite a bit of comfort room, to be honest. And so math is kind of the only way to really guarantee any level of certainty. And so knowing how to get certainty in certain situations, like with your finances, is really, really beneficial. And again, I was really happy earlier because I figured that out. And I mean, again, that budget is sitting right beside me. But it made me really happy to know that I was going to be able to reach these goals and I would still be able to do the things that I want to do. And that's kind of the ideology and the position that I want to be in, is just getting my goals done. And that's all just through math, is guaranteeing that certainty. And now something that I need to say is that even with, that math, nothing is certain after this contract. I'm pretty much guaranteed this contract unless I get myself removed, which is not easy to do, to be honest with you. I'm not a very problematic individual. In fact, I'm quite quiet, and I hate disturbing people. So I mean, it's pretty hard to do something to get myself removed. Please do not crash my game. I know there's a lot of stuff on the floor right now, but I really do not want to deal with that right now. But I mean, after these 13 weeks are up, after the contract position is up, I no longer have any certainty. I have certainty up until the end of the 13 weeks, but I mean, beyond that, I have no certainty anymore. And so that's another thing that's really scary and that can be very daunting for people, and kind of put some people into a mindset of, oh, why should I bother? Why should I bother if I'm just going to be back to square one? But to an extent, you have to do things in the face of uncertainty and believe that it's going to work out. And so that in itself can be so incredibly powerful, is just the simple notion of belief is so strong and so important. And I'm not meaning this in a spiritual way. I mean, if you believe in religion, if you believe in spiritual stuff, I'm like, that's not a bad thing, right? I'm not gonna like sit here and diss that. I mean, hell, my grandmother was religious, and she passed away quite a while at this point, but I mean, I carry a cross with me in honor of her, and because, I mean, I'm not openly religious, I'm not really religious at all, but I mean, my sense of ideology is there can't just be nothing after, right? Things in our universe are so perfect that there can't just be nothing. That's my ideology with it. Anyway, what I mean by belief is that it's not some spiritual thing. It's not some grand thing. Just the simple notion of believing that you can do something, that it can work out. It affects your mental in such a way that it kind of pushes you to want to do it more. Like with the gym, I work out. I have built a fairly impressive physique, in my opinion. Maybe not one that's impressive on the internet per se, but one that, especially in day-to-day, is impressive, I'd say. And so that was all built from believing that I could, is believing that I could build something that I could be proud of. And I mean, I'm not proud of it. And that does, like, saying that out loud it hurts, I won't lie. But I'm not going to sit here and, try and speak words of wisdom at people if I can't even tell the truth to myself. And the truth is, I don't find I'm not proud of what I'm not proud of what I see when I look in the mirror, and that's okay. What are we doing here? But the point is that believing that you can do something can be so important to how well something can work for you. And it can be so powerful when it comes to how you do something, how well you do something, and your motivation to actually achieve that thing. It is so important and so powerful, and just being able to say to yourself, I believe in me, I believe in you, can be so pivotal in attempting to achieve a goal, whatever that goal is, whether it be get to a certain weight, lift a certain weight, get a certain amount of money, get a certain whatever. It doesn't matter what the goal is. That's not what's important. What's important is you believing in yourself and being able to say, I can do this. I am capable of doing this. Because that alone, that in itself, is so important. And it is so beneficial to you when you're able to say, I can do this. And it's even if it's just in theory, because certainty doesn't exist, but belief certainly does. And it's one of the only things that really are kind of as powerful as people believe it to be. And so really that's kind of the only thing you can really guarantee, is just that it's really one of the only things you can guarantee, is that believing in yourself, because nothing is ever certain. Nothing will ever be certain. Certainty does not exist, especially not in our world. And I mean, I guess that's kind of why some people find ways to escape it, is because they want to find ways to guarantee certainty and to find ways to gain an essence of security that kind of you otherwise can't get. And I mean, I get that. I write to escape the world. I, for many years, wrote all my problems into fiction. And I mean, that is still proving to be incredibly effective for me. And while it's not something that I do necessarily as much anymore, especially maybe not as much as I should, it's still something that I do, and it's still something that works very well. And that's, honestly, if you're looking for a way to manage yourself and to manage what you do and how you're able to do it, it's something that I do think that you should do, is find some way to escape. And I mean, I do that through video games. I mean, I'm literally playing Minecraft while I'm sitting here yapping about whatever. At this point, I'm not even on topic anymore, but that's okay. You know, we need to sometimes find ways to get certainty in our lives that we can't otherwise find, because our world is, it's cruel, it's uncertain, it's painful to exist in sometimes. And so yeah, that's why I think video games are so popular, is because it's just a way to not have to worry about the real world, not have to worry about certainty. I mean, hell, I know for certain that, you know, these berries are going to grow, right? Like, now there's not going to be some thing that comes down from the high heavens and, you know, strikes down my berries, all that stuff. I know that, you know, things are gonna continue in Minecraft. That's a certainty. Something that you can't guarantee in the real world. I mean, I can't say that, you know, tomorrow is going to be a good day. I can't say that for certain. I can say that it's fairly possible, or it's fairly likely it's going to be a good day, but I can't guarantee it. There is not an essence of certainty there. And you know what? That's okay, because things don't need to be certain. You don't need to have everything be certain in life for it to be effective and for it to be good for you. It doesn't need to be that way, you know? Sometimes things do just kind of need to work their course. They just need to kind of be the way that they are. And there's, you know, sometimes what you do doesn't really matter. And sometimes you just have to try and do everything you can to just enjoy things. And really, that's all I can... Jesus Christ, that actually scared the shit out of me. Brother, really? Get the fuck out of here. Okay, you know what? I'm gonna Warhammer you, bitch. Okay, do you mind? I'm getting sick of this. But certainty doesn't always need to exist in everything that you do, because it won't exist in everything you do. And accepting that uncertainty is something that everybody lives with and everybody needs to experience is sometimes enough. Do you mind, sir? Okay, I don't want to get hit by that. I don't know what that thing, I don't know how much that does. I don't want to find out. Okay, we're getting another weapon, I guess. That's fine. Whatever. Don't care. But having certainty and being okay with uncertainty are, well, having certainty, again, isn't really a thing to a huge extent, but being okay with uncertainty is definitely something you need to get used to. And it's definitely something that, you know, you need to be okay with. And if you're okay with it, generally speaking, things are gonna work out a little better. You know, you can enjoy things in life, like dogs. They're pretty cool. They're pretty cool. But as much as things can't be certain, we can always try. And no matter what, to an extent, we're always going to do it. We're always going to do good at it. We're always going to be good at trying to find certainty in things. It's our nature. It's what people do. We find a way to make it work. No matter how uncertain things are, you'll find a way. No matter how scary things are, you're always going to find a way. You know what? It's going to work, and you're going to fix it, and it's going to be okay. And remember, folks, and yes, I'm totally doing this on purpose. I totally ended that with fix on purpose. Remember, folks, if she thinks she can fix you, she fucking can't. That's not how the line goes. If you think you can fix her, you can't. Good night. Go get some water. Go eat some food. I'm going to go do that same thing. And I'll see you guys later.